week and a half, striking teachers in West Virginia were the center of attention in that state, and they started to make the news nationally. They gathered every day for days at the state capitol building in Charleston to demand that the legislature pass a bill which would raise their pay by 5% immediately. That 5% had become a point of principle for them. Sensing victory, they were unwilling to settle for anything less. PEIA, the health insurance for state employees, had been a huge issue, as premiums and copays had steadily risen for years. Originally, the state was demanding that teachers whose spouses had made more money would pay an even higher premium, and also the teachers would have to report on their health habits, exercise, eating habits. In other words, a total invasion of privacy. As soon as the strike kicked off, they dropped those demands. The state and the union leadership reached the 5% pay deal, and the union leaders called the teachers back to work before the legislature even considered it. The teachers refused, and here they were, out picketing the schools and raising a ruckus at the Capitol building every day. At one point, the politicians came out to speak to the teachers. It's not that getting female corporate politicians in will solve anything, but still there was an irony in the fact that the overwhelming majority of the strikers were women, and every single one of the politicians who spoke was a man. Here are 3 students who had come out to support their teachers that I interviewed. Initially, the young woman was too shy to speak, but when I told her, come on now, this is a new day with the Me Too movement and everything, then she realized that she had to speak, and she spoke without hesitation. So we're here with some students from here in Charleston. You want to tell us why you're out here?
We're here to support our teachers because they've done so much for us, and we believe in them, and we believe in doing what's right.
Anybody else?
We took inspiration from our teachers, and they do so much for us, and they've inspired us and shown what this country's about and what you can do here. So we hope that students across the country will get more involved after this and see what we can do.
And to all the younger kids out there, you have a voice, and stay strong and share your voice with anyone that will listen to you.
How do you see this strike as just affecting the thinking of your generation here?
I think the people that are in power now are now realizing that our younger generation has a voice, and we are going to use it. We're not going to stand back and just wait. And you need to use your voice.
Would you like to say anything?
I just wanted to say, this is what hard work does.
I'm sorry, say it again?
This is what hard work does.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We interviewed another student.
First thing I want to say is Mitch Carmichael is rather a dick with this consideration because he's not going to break, but we can make him break. And whenever we do, that glass is going to shatter. The teachers will make him shatter. The cannabis connoisseurs will make him shatter. Everything will fall apart and he will be gone.
The first sign that victory was coming that day was when the House voted to suspend his rules, meaning they didn't have to wait for 24 hours to vote on the bill. After they passed it, the politicians came out and were treated like conquering heroes. But where had they been all those years when the wages were being kept at rock bottom and the health insurance was being cut?
That's how you make things happen. Hey, congratulations out there! You got me a hell of a call! You got a hell of a call! Who is that?
chanting, "We will remember in November," a threat to those legislators who voted against the bill. After the legislation was passed, a signing ceremony was set up, and the governor took full advantage of it.
What a good day. Now, joining me, standing behind me, is some brave and hardworking, I'm sure tired, as we all are.
These are the ones that really deserve recognition, but it's typical that they didn't get it. The governor excuses his opposition to the teachers in the beginning.
Halftime or some time during the game. But I really believed after I went out on the road that really and truly the whole key was the word investment.
He was asked whether the raise was going to be paid for by cuts in Medicaid, and he swore that wouldn't happen. But that's only based on the assumption that the economy will continue as it is.
We will not let our people that are on Medicaid suffer in any way.
The governor equates racial
A
divisions
lot of
with the
times
class
we
struggle.
get rich against poor, black against white, union against non-union.
Finally, after all is said and done, here he is signing the legislation. But after all is said and done, these are the real heroes, the ones who really accomplished something. And now, with teachers in Kentucky and also Oklahoma talking about doing the same thing, who knows, maybe a new day is coming here in this country.